Hey everybody, it's Tuesday, and you know what that means? It's Tasty Tuesday. Hey, I'm Chris Ann, Christmas coach and founder of Christmas Organizing, and today, Tuesdays are all about tasty things at Christmas and how we can plan for that. So today I want to talk to you a little bit about trying recipes out ahead of time because there's nothing as heartbreaking as making something brand new that maybe you haven't made before, you want to tweak a recipe or something like that for using at a Christmas dinner or taking to a Christmas potluck or anything like that, or just to have serving at a regular meal during Christmas time. And that falls flat on its face. It just does not turn out the way you want to. So, what I really encourage everybody to do is to find those new recipes that you want to do. For instance, pull one out here. I found a coconut cream egg recipe. Now, it's all these different little pages. I gotta kind of redo it, but that's what I printed off. I went ahead and printed it off, and I love, absolutely love Mounds and Almond Joy bars. And so that's what this reminds me of. So that's why I got the recipe off. But you know what? I got to make sure it tastes like I want it to. Another thing that I found today that is going in my to try stack for this Christmas is a Reese's roll cake. So it's like a pumpkin roll, if you know what that is, but it's a chocolate cake with Reese cups and peanut butter filling. It looks so good, and then chocolate ganache over the top. It looks really great. I found it. I had meant to try it 5 years ago because it was on my Facebook, and that's what I said I was going to do. And I never printed it out and put it in my Christmas notebook so that I would have it in my to try section. So I want everybody in your 3 ring binder that we're working on, and that on the 25th of September, we're going to um, have a workshop on putting together your notebook. But right now, if you got that 3 ring binder, just go ahead and kind of collect your stuff in there. And what I want you to do is go out and find these recipes that look really good, or when you come across a recipe that you're like, ooh, that'd be really good this Christmas, print it out, put it in a page protector, and put it in your notebook. Because sometime between now and December 1st, I want to encourage you to pull out these recipes that are new to you and try them. See how hard they are. I'll tell you one of the comments that I read about the Reese cup, or the peanut butter Reese's roll cake, was that people said it was too dry, and they gave some recommendations of things to do to make it not be so dry so it didn't crack as easy, things like that. So, those are the things you want to try out, see how it does, see if you need to tweak the recipe. Maybe you need a different kind of chocolate, or maybe you need try it instead of doing it from scratch. Maybe you can just buy a chocolate cake mix instead of making the whole cake from scratch. Figure out what it is that you need to do to tweak those recipes, and that can really help. And don't limit this just to the sweets and stuff. If you're looking at making a new side dish or a new breakfast dish or anything like that, anytime for during the Christmas season for your celebrations, go ahead and make it ahead of time and have a tasting party. Go, hey, so and so, call up your best friend and say, hey, will you try this for me and give me an honest opinion of what you think it tastes like? And of course, you can always make it for your family for dessert one night. I'm sure that they will tell you honestly if they like it or not. Um, Side dishes, you can just kind of slide those in with regular meals, find something that it goes with, and slide it in there. But that is a really important step because it's so frustrating to make something right at the end of the holidays, or right at the beginning of the holidays, sorry, and just have it flop, and then you don't necessarily have a backup plan. So this trying before December is a really important principle to follow. All right, so bringing me on to still trying some new recipes. I want to show you something that I did, and some of my recipes, it may not be that they're brand new to me, but they may be ones I haven't made in a long, long time. So, my grandmother passed away in January of 2020, last year. And um, one of the things that we had at her house was her recipes, all written in her handwriting. And there's quite a few of us, and not one person, everybody wanted some of her recipes, I guess is what I should say. And so what I did was I asked if I could take the recipes and make pictures of all of them. And then what I did was, and I've talked about it before, I used Groovebook, and I'll put a link down in the comment section for this video. And I uploaded 100 of her recipes in her handwriting. You can see that right there. And so this one was her chocolate chip oatmeal cookies. And you know what? I'm looking at this recipe right now, and I'm remembering that this chocolate chip oatmeal cookie is the one that I used when I was in 4 H and won a cookie contest. That was my favorite cookie to make. And I don't know if I made it and she has the recipe or she gave me the recipe, but I have that recipe in her handwriting. So, what I did with the Groove books, but shh, don't tell any of my relatives. And if any of my cousins um, are watching this, just close your ears for a second. What I did is these Groove books are $3.99 a piece, including shipping. So that's a great price. So, and it's 100 up to 100 photos. And what I did was, like I said, I have pictures of all of her recipes, and I am ordering one of these books, and I will have it shipped directly to each of my cousins as a keepsake for the recipes that are in my grandmother's handwriting. So you could do this with any kind of recipes, your tried and true recipes. You could do it with your recipes in your handwriting, special Christmas recipes. Make the book up. It does not have to be 100. I think the minimum is maybe 40 pages. And you could send this out as your Christmas card. Actually, that sounds like a kind of good idea. It just kind of came to me, and I'm like, I might actually get some Christmas cards out this year. No, I'm going to get more Christmas cards out. But see, like even in here, I put a picture of my grandmother in here. So you could actually mix some of your yearly pictures with some recipes in there. And this would make a really cool Christmas card or Christmas gift. $4 shipped. Um, and that would be really cool to do. Um, but it's also a really great way to share the recipes. All of the pages are perforated, so you can tear each one of them out. They're perforated right there. So I'll do a little article on that and give some more information on how to do that. But that also brings me to, um, you know, this is my mother's recipe book. Um, my Aunt Bernice actually gave this to my mother for her 26th birthday. And I thought that was really cool that it's written in the front. And my mother wrote in different recipes. Doesn't have a whole lot of recipes, but there's some in here that I haven't made in, oh my gosh, I don't know how long. My mother has been gone for 18 years. So some of this stuff I haven't had in years, but like her cheese ball recipe is in here. I have not made cheese balls for years, homemade ones. I've been cheating and buying them at the store. So as I see this cheese ball recipe for this year, or in here, I'm going to make a copy of this cheese ball recipe and put it into my Christmas notebook so that I can try it out ahead of time and make sure I got it all down and I have it right and it tastes like I think it should, and to see how long it takes to make it, and just all those other little things, how much of the ingredients I need to get, things like that. And then I can actually know how much time I need and all of that, and how far in advance I can prep it, and how many it actually makes, because it's a lot more fun to make little baby cheese balls than it is to make big cheese balls. They're more fun at the parties, but that will require more nuts. So I need to kind of evaluate that and do that. So that's just an example of something that I'm going to try for this year. So I hope for Tasty Tuesday, I've given you some ideas about planning for some of your food items for this upcoming Christmas. And the bonus was the idea for Christmas gifts slash Christmas card that you can send to everybody. I can just see that I'm just going to have to do another video on that, because my brain is now going, and I'm like, this can be such a great little little gift, and without it costing a lot, but really sharing some things. And besides, by the time you buy a Christmas card and you pay to have it mailed, because if it isn't a regular size or it's too thick or whatever, you got to pay the extra postage. But minimum, you're paying 55 cents for the postage, and you've bought the card, so that's $1.55, and you haven't even, there's not a gift or anything in it. So for just a little bit more, so you could actually send something that could have some handwritten notes in it, different things like that. And like I said, the recipes, your tried and true recipes, the recipes everybody loves to have, that would be a really great little gift. So those are my tips for today for Tasty Tuesday. I hope everybody enjoyed and you got some little tidbit. And for now, I'm going to say keep calm and jingle on.